I tell you what I'm tired of. Not being able to work on a new vehicle myself. Everything is so newfangled and electronically controlled. Everything takes a special tool. You can't do anything. You literally can't do anything. And I'm done. I'm done. A buddy of mine has this same truck, but in a Chevy form. Had to replace the transmission and the engine. Thing doesn't even have 200,000 miles on it. You know how much it cost him to replace the transmission and the engine? $27,000. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I can't swing that. The problem with new shit is that once it's out of warranty, if something bad happens, you are totally boned and on your own. If you are not flush with cash, do you want to get a second loan for 30 grand to replace an engine and the transmission and this that you're already making a car payment on to the tune of, I don't know, 50? You can't work on any of it yourself. So what choice do you have? We're basically forced to go back in time. I'm going back to something I can work on.
You gotta come back with me.
Something I can just shotgun $1,000 transmissions and engines at until I'm dead and just keep it going until the wheels fall off. I just turned this 2021 GMC Sierra into this 2006 GMC Envoy. I always thought it would be kind of cool to have a Trailblazer SS. And this isn't that, but it's close. And then I'm going to take some of the money that's left over and I'm going to put it into this thing. It's a 93 F250, 7.3 IDI diesel, pre-Power Stroke days, but it's got a Banks turbo kit. It's only got 190,000 miles on it, which for this thing, nothing. Bye-bye, GMC. Bye-bye. So here we are on my final drive, theoretically, to where we're going to swap vehicles. Vehicle that I've purchased, they are delivering it to here, which is about 3 hours away from there, maybe a little more. But we're just on the not the maiden voyage. What do you want to call it? The final frontier, the final voyage. It's time to go back to living like a poor and driving old ass shit and just crossing your fingers that you make it where you're gonna go. Now I know everybody says it, you know, like I got this vehicle. This is the one, man. This is the last one. I'm gonna keep this one forever. So you buy an extended warranty and you're like, yeah, let's go. But then as time goes on and you get closer to the actual manufacturer warranty running out, maybe you start to see little problems that you don't feel good about or whatever. So now's the time when you really want to rethink, what are you gonna do? And that's what I did. I bought the extended warranty, figuring that like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this forever, no big deal. And ultimately, like I decided, it's just gotta go. Because it doesn't make sense anymore, really. You know, the problem with aftermarket warranties that I've found is that most service places kind of treat you like a piece of shit. A good friend of mine has the same exact warranty through the same car dealer as I do. And several months back, 6 to 8 months ago, sometime within the past year, like he had taken his truck in for some warranty work and they weren't going to be able to deal with it for like 2 or 3 months because it was warranty work. And they flat out told him this. They flat out said, if this were a paying job, we would get on it quicker. But because it was through their shithole warranty, they were going to get to it when they get to it. And being a work truck, a vehicle that he used for his business daily, That wasn't an option. And that was the first notion I got after hearing this story, that like, well, what good is my extended warranty? Like, same deal. Like, I want to pay for something and hand over my truck, and then it just sits for 3 or 4 months. Because as it is, you know, here's the other reason the new cars have really put a bad taste into my mouth. And there's no reason for this. No reason whatsoever. And this falls on the manufacturers, you know? I don't know who they want to point their finger at, part suppliers or whatever. But if you've got a new vehicle, and especially, doesn't even have to be new, like new-ish. It's a new body style, new model, whatever. Inevitably, something's gonna happen, you know? And that's what the warranty is for, right? You know, you go in, you get your little thing fixed, no big deal. This particular truck has really only given me one problem. At about 42,000 miles, the coolant control valve needed to be replaced. And you know how long I had to wait for that? I didn't have my truck for 7 weeks. That's a no-go for me, dog. It's a brand new vehicle. Why don't you have these parts available? It's not 40 years old. The whole part's no longer available. I get it, but it's brand new. Why can't I get parts for this? And why does it have to sit for months to get fixed? And I'm done with it. I'm just absolutely done. GM's got their problems of their own right. Control valves failing left and right. 10-speed transmissions. Who knows when they're gonna go? But I'm done. I'm not going to intentionally buy anything newer. And depending on the model of what it is, GM product, I will not buy anything newer than between 2013 and 2017, depending on the model. That and older, go for it. Have a fucking heyday. But I'm done. I'm done with car payments. I'm done with full coverage insurance. We're just gonna be a normal guy until I can win the lottery or make it big on fucking YouTube. 2 days later. All right, so I don't know what was said the other day while I was driving the GMC Sierra that we got rid of. It's gone. And I don't know if I messed up or not, but now we're here and we've got to deal with the consequences, because this is it. This is what we got in return for trading in the GMC. This old 2006 GMC Envoy Denali. It's got a 5.3 with a 4L60E, 164,000 miles. Man, yeah, might have fucked up. 5.3 liters. It's 325 CID in my mind. It's in the neighborhood. Don't quote me on it. But this is it, man. It's got a 5.3. It runs strong. It shifts well. I changed the oil yesterday. Somebody's already put wires on it. Nice red ones. So I'm kind of hoping that they put plugs in there too, but I'm not going to pull one off to find out. We're just going to roll the dice. Aside from that, everything looks pretty decent. Has a brand new air filter, and that's it. That's it. It does have DOD. I'm aware. It's kind of a problem, but it's really questionable. It's really questionable because at this point, right, the thing's got 164,000 miles. I can feel that the DOD still works. No one's ever tuned it out or disabled it. So it still works, and it's made it this far. Again, I'm tempted to just keep rolling the dice and just see what happens. Why? Because the good news is, unlike that GMC Sierra, where an engine would have been about 17 grand with labor, this, I can get this or make this or rebuild this, $1,000. Junkyard Motors, less than $1,000. Easy, all day long. The transmission, 4-speed, simple. I might try to learn how to do it myself because I'm guessing at some point it's gonna take a poop, a big fat poopy. The rear end, easy money, right? Plentiful, they're everywhere. If it takes a shit, 300 bucks, no big deal. I can literally keep this running until the end of time for not much money and not have a car payment. I switched my insurance over to this thing, ditched the full coverage. Why? Because it's not worth anything. Who gives a shit? Why would I pay extra money? F it. But my insurance instantly cut in half by getting rid of that Sierra and dropping full coverage. And I get it. I get it. Shit's expensive. You're driving around a $50,000 truck. This guy's driving around a $75,000 truck, and so is his mother. So yeah, as these vehicles continue to get more expensive, what do you think's gonna happen to the insurance? Obviously, it's gonna have to go up too. I'm getting fire up here. Oh, fuck, I gotta put the keys in it. There you go, dipshit. All right. Keys, like someone's gonna steal it in their driveway. Fire's right up, look at that, bang. Doors ajar, everything works. It's got bows. But here it is, cold. I get it, you know? I get it. I think it's gonna work, man. I think it's gonna work for a while. And you know what? When it does take a shit, the cool thing about it is it's 2-wheel drive. So you can throw a cam in it and maybe change the gears. You can get a 410 rear out of a Trailblazer. This thing would be sick. Cool street strip, grocery getter, kid hauler. Why not, dude? It was cheap. Cheap, so fucking cheap. The Sierra is gonna get paid off. I got this thing. And then they're gonna send me a check in the mail for $1,000. And then I've got some money to play around again. So that's cool. So before I did the deal, I went to my local dealer and I had them pull the warranty history on this thing, right? And that way I knew what has been done in the past. And really the biggest offense was at 24,000 miles, they replaced the auto leveling compressor. Nobody gives a shit about that little compressor. I'll just throw some normal shocks and springs in there when that thing craps out. But the service guy led me to believe that it was probably a good vehicle. Nothing major has happened, right? So we're gonna look at the interior here. It's actually pretty nice. I've got one door panel pulled off, waiting for a window regulator right now. But I'm gonna try something different that I've never done, courtesy of the Rocket Man, Bob Maddox. He lent me one of his Insta360 cameras to try and figure out how to use. So I'm gonna use that to get a 360 shot of the interior. That way we can really bask in the awesomeness that is 20-year-old Denali. So, fuck, hang on. Like that's the big question, is like how 360 is. And then we're gonna take it into the back seat. Okay, that's right. I don't know. Right, it's pretty sweet. It's not bad. That's the door panel. We're not gonna fuck with it. But door panel's off, waiting for the thing. But sunroof, obviously we're never gonna open that. And yeah, so Insta360, courtesy of Bob Maddox, the Rocket Man. I don't know what to think of this. We'll see. We'll see how 360 it is and what kind of light. It's probably not the best. I'm sitting here under a shadow. Okay, peace out. Pick up these 2 pieces of trim this morning from the junkyard off the Trailblazer. They were missing off the top of the roof rack. Let's pop them on real quick. All right. So here's this side, right? And yeah, look at that, dude. Cool. Much better, dude. Wonder if someone like stole these off of it before. I can't imagine they would have flown off. Surely someone grabbed them, some dick. Definitely been well taken care of, at least for quite a while. I can't say how it's been recently. The only other thing that it really needs at the moment is this piece here, this liftgate top trim / rear spoiler. It's cracked, and so if we mess with the window too much, the third brake light starts to fall out. So this is on my list of things to find. I could not find one at the junkyard today. Well, I went ahead and I pulled off the roof rack pieces. Yeah, these trim pieces, I pulled those back off. Went ahead and scrubbed these down with Simple Green and a worn out sponge, and boy, it's looking pretty good. Worn out, right? You see how worn out this guy is. So this here, this is just, again, Simple Green with the sponge, and then I would come through and just wipe it off. But this looks pretty good here, just like this after the Simple Green. I don't even think I'm gonna put the on it, because if I ever have to step on this to get up on the roof rack, I don't want it to be slick. I've played with this stuff before. I know where I want it and where I don't want it, and where that means you do or don't, that's your preference. But see, we haven't hit this one yet. This one's still dirty, gross. I'll go ahead and Simple Green that. We got to hit the mirrors. Got to get this piece. This piece is going to be a real pain in the ass. We'll Simple Green that, and then kind of go from there. See what we think. Go ahead and get the mirror, and then this side here. I don't know if you can, how great you can see that, but I haven't hit that yet. It's especially there, you can see it kind of gets kind of gross looking. It's not the best, but I haven't washed that one yet. All right, well, I've been scrubbing away, and so this, if you recall, this was just wiped down with Simple Green and cleaned off. So we come over here to the other side, and it's still pretty dry, pretty crappy looking. So I've been experimenting, right? I found this Adams VRT vinyl rubber tire protectant, and really what I was looking for was to get some moisture back in the plastic. And I thought that like maybe I'd give this a shot, because these running boards like super dried out looking, super crusty. And I got to thinking about it, and I was like, man, it seems like all this plastic stuff is generally a moisture problem. It starts to just dry out, turn gray, and just get gross. But right here on the back of this thing, it says something to the effect of, this moisturizing cream contains SPF 30 UV protection and contains no solvents or surface drying alcohol, blah blah blah. So check this out. I hit it with this VRT, and it looks pretty dang good. It looks pretty dang good. Lighting's probably not the best. I don't know if it looks how it looks on camera compared to whatever. I hit this with VRT. It looks excellent. I have not done this side yet, so that's next. I'm just gonna hit the whole thing with the VRT. You know, as you can see, it's a little dried out looking. It's not quite as shiny as the other side. We're gonna VRT that, and if we come back here, I've already hit this handle with VRT. Weird lighting, but I mean, it's there. And then I went ahead and even put some on this wiper. It took all the white grossness off and just left a nice whatever. Like, it's great. It's the best stuff. This thing was all crusty. Cool. So I'm gonna put some on this. We're gonna do the roof rack. Adams VRT, unofficial sponsor. Once you get a saturated rag, you can just kind of go around and like wipe it on things, right? And then now I've had to go get another rag that's dry, because there's probably not a dry spot on this rag. But as you can see here, we've kind of gone down a road that we didn't really need to go down. Like, why am I putting it on this just because it's plastic? And there, no one's ever gonna see it. Looking pretty decent. This front piece here, it was pretty blown out. The sun has not been kind to it. So I went ahead and did a little flame polishing on that with a little propane torch. And it looks pretty dang good. I would say it's 95% better than it was. Yeah, we are rocking and rolling here, folks. This thing is looking mighty fine. I'm gonna set the camera up, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the top bars We'll get that bar on there, and then we'll get the bars back on the roof rack and put the trim back on, and that'll be it for today. Amazon. And granted, it probably wasn't Amazon's fault. Amazon totally fucked me and sent me the wrong window regulator. The box was labeled correctly, but when I opened it, it was for a completely different car. Alright, so here's how we're leaving off for today. These things looking pretty slick. Went ahead and cleaned most of the windows. We did all the rubber, we did all the rack, all the back stuff. Cleaned the window. Look at that, man. All this stuff here, no big deal. I didn't clean this window, right? Because this is still doesn't work. I'm gonna have to shove it back up for the night. But anyway, it's looking pretty good. It's looking like a respectable rig. It's 20 years old, but it doesn't look a day over 15, folks. Let's give her a hand. So I'm gonna go back to the junkyard tomorrow, and I'm gonna see if there's a decent door on that Trailblazer I robbed this roof trim off of. And if it's got a window regulator, I might go score that. That way we can finish this thing and be done with it. And the Amazon deal, what are you gonna do? Maybe I'll send the other one back if there is one and it works. But we'll jump in the Volt in the morning, drive out there and back for essentially free, because it's sure fucking cheaper than gas right now. And that's kind of where we're at. I think that's where we'll leave this for today. All right, it's 8:49 a.m. the next day, and we're gonna go on a little field trip. Came to get this toolbox that was gonna live in this thing. We're gonna take it to the junkyard, folks. I don't want to wait for Amazon to bring me another window regulator that's probably not gonna work. So we're gonna go rob the one out of that Trailblazer and cross our fingers that it works, because I'd kind of like to wrap this up today and start driving this thing. So let's go hop in the Flash and head to the junkyard. Oh, Flash. Let's go. Let's roll. All right, we're almost to the junkyard here. Pretty non-eventful drive. Well, I gotta say, this is a pretty unfortunate trip to the junkyard so far. The handle ripped off my crappy Walmart toolbox, so I'm forced to lug it over my shoulder, carry it around my hands like some sort of peasant. It's fucking heavy, and they moved that Trailblazer like it was literally here yesterday, and now I can't fucking find it. So I'm walking around the yard trying to find the thing. I'm wondering if they stacked it in one of the fucking piles, and they might be screwed at this point. I don't know, but we're gonna make one loop here and then head back towards the front. Ask them if they know where that fucking thing's at, because they seem to have no fucking record of it. They said, oh no, we don't have any of those. Okay, sweet. And I went for a walk anyway, and I found one, and I got those trim pieces. But now, this box is so heavy. I found a Camaro. Looks like a LFX car. Pretty cool. No laminator. No laminator, no ported intake. Probably stock. Not one of ours. Rip. I finally fucking found it. Holy fuck, dude. What a nightmare. I walked right past it. What a bitch. Here's our Trailblazer right here. So, if it's got an engine and tranny, I can take nothing. If it's already gone, I can pull shit. So here's the plastic we're after. And I think, yeah, it's just gonna lift right up because there's no glass. It should be like 6 torques. 1, 2, 3, 4 torques. That's even better. And then the door, obviously. It looks like I can get in there. Looks like it's a good piece of glass too. Someone's already pulled this. And that's still, I mean, all the cables are in the right spot. That's the offender we're looking for right there. So I'm gonna hope that that's a usable piece, and we're gonna go gather up our tools again now that I know where this thing's at. I really hope. This is kind of a gamble on this used bullshit. Boy, wouldn't that be something if that were the right size? Holy shit, it's already the right size. I just happened to grab a ratchet out of the bottom that had a 7 on it. And that was what we needed. That's kind of what I was thinking, a 7-ish. So we'll pull the speaker off because there's one bolt for this window thing that's behind the speaker. All right, just like that. And now we need a 10, 7 to 10. But you know what our other problem with this is? I've got to get the glass undone. I can see one. It's close to where I could maybe do this. Okay. But, man. All right. I'm just going to undo the son of a bitch. Start yarding on it. We didn't really think about, did we? We can fix it at the house. Okay. Okay. We're down and off the glass. The glass is just sitting up there by itself. We want to pull that out. Okay. I think we're in the home stretch here, maybe. But the problem still is the glass. Not being able to, oh shit. Oh fuck, dude, that's not good. Okay, this is fucking loud. Okay, we got it. Oh fuck, we did it. We did it, you guys. Holy shit, let's go. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. All right, now the long walk back with the broken toolbox. Here's our haul. We got the regulator, we got the trim piece and the third brake light, and I found these. I'm gonna use those later tonight. I just saw a creature right out of my garage. Oh fuck, hang on, you gotta turn the car off. Oh, it's a turkey. Bro, it's a turkey, came running out of my fucking garage. The fuck? Here is the Trailblazer piece, kind of sitting on top of the Envoy piece. And we can see where the hump right from the brake light stops right here. So does this one. So all we got to do is just lop this off right here. No big deal. Come over here, lop this off right here, paint it black, easy. You know how I knew this was going to work? Because they take the same back glass. I knew that it would bolt on, and if it would bolt on, I thought that I could just trim the ends. So fantastic. I paid 20 bucks for this with the brake light. So that's a savings of a shitload, because the cheapest one I could find on eBay was 150 bucks. So yeah, it is. All right. So I put some masking tape on the window. It's the best I had. I'm gonna try and leave the window in. We were able to get the other one out with the window in. So ideally, let's just leave this here, slide the new regulator in, we'll be done here. We're walking around looking for a can of WD-40. I think there's a can back here on this Mazda. The sweet ass RX-3. What? Where did that come from? Oh, yeah. Look at this thing. It's a peach, dude. Could be yours. Could be yours. Rotary power. Ooh. All right, let's get this old one out. Hopefully it goes well. Let's try not to fuck anything up on this one, huh? That's the deal. Oh, what a weird system, man, with these cables and pulleys. Who the fuck came up with this shit? But it should just lift right out. Yeah. And yeah, okay. Don't disturb the glass. It's like playing Operation. You remember that game, Operation? So how the did this happen. It was like full sideways. The cable, man, watch these cables. Okay. Yep. And then, okay. Just like that, right? Cool. Shit can that guy. Toast. That clip is there. Good. Okay. So, just like this, we're going to feed it back up in there. Drop it in. And then we kind of work it around. Seems like that's kind of how it worked last time. What else can we do here? Can we get this side in first and then go that way? Maybe. That might be the intended route. Man, that's so much easier than what we were just trying to do. Shit, dog, come on. You're so close. It's so close. But it's up all the way already. Fuck, dog. All right. Well, here's what I don't want to do, but we're going to do it. We're going to plug it in and see. Let me try and roll it down. Okay, here we go. Okay. That's great. That is great news. But now what? The one side hooked. Okay. Hold it. Fire. Come on. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. We got them all. We got the window in. Let's go ahead and put these screws in. Boy, this is exciting. I'm excited to have this finished. This was the last missing piece of the puzzle that I wanted to have done before I started driving it. And we've done it. We've done it, folks. I don't know how tight to go. Yeah, let's peel the tape off and make it go up and down. Oh, come on, bro. Son of a bitch. They had double-sided taped the window up. And it's been falling down like the past fucking X amount of days, right? Like I've been shoving it back up. Finally, it decides it's gonna stick. And when I rolled it down, it pulled all the soft trim down with it. But we're gonna have to get some horse shit to put on that. Some goo be gone. But it's looking pretty promising, folks. Here, let's see. Yo, dog. This sound deadener seems a little more substantial than that Trailblazer one. I'm guessing maybe because Denali? I don't know. The other one had Bose too, but this is definitely a more substantial sound deadener. Holy shit. Alright, so we gotta put this weird piece of trim on. Now we can put the door panel on. What a weird... I don't really like how that looks, personally, but I didn't build the thing. Hold it. Yeah, yep. Yep, okay. Alright. Just like that, folks, we're in the home stretch here. Almost lost our connector. Let's plug that switch in. Alright, come on, dude. We're in the home stretch. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, listen to that baby purr, huh? Let's go on the maiden voyage. Gotta head off into town. Bird shit on the window. Come on. I can't win. ODOT, fuck. Alright, here we go. First time leaving the house with it. And away we go. 55 miles an hour. We did it. We did it. So that's pretty much it, you guys. You went with me to the junkyard. We did all the things. We got this window working. Everything's looking pretty good with this rig, and and hopefully it could last me a little while. Here's the kicker on this whole trade-in truck situation. Realistically, it would have probably been a real smart move to hold on to that Sierra for like another month, because here in 2 weeks I've got a road trip that's basically gonna be like 6 to 8 hours, and I've got to take this, and then a week and a couple days later I've got another road trip that's gonna be basically 8 to 10 hours, and I've got to take this. So I really need this to work out for me, at least get me there and back for these couple road trips, and then the rest of the shit, we can figure it out from there, you know, whatever. This isn't the end goal per se on what I'd like to be driving in the future, but it'll do for now. And, you know, it eliminated the truck payment and the debt, and it put some truck equity back in my savings account versus just continuing to dwindle to nothing and sit. Well, this is the end of the Envoy saga for now. I ended up road tripping this thing 1,400 miles in 8 days. I also lost 2 quarts of oil. Turns out, seems like it's got a pretty bad rear main seal leak. It's fixable, but I figure as long as I keep pouring oil in there, it'll get me to where I need to go. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you'll consider subscribing. Maybe slap that like button and share it with your buddies while you're at it. And I'll see you next time with my next project.